Welcome to the Free Up. My name is Pamela. I'm very happy and proud to host the very first episode. This is a talk show where we Black women discuss matters surrounding relationships, social issues, and sexuality. I've invited some of my friends, Annika, Lisa, and Simone, to my house to discuss the topic of the day, interracial relationships between our Black men and women of other races, especially white women. Are you concerned? Are you happy or indifferent? Please stay tuned as we discuss a unique take on this topic. Ladies, welcome to Free Up. Thank you for coming to my house.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies, I'm so happy. So today we're going to be hosting the first episode of Free Up. So let's
cheers to
cheers
that.
to that.
Cheers.
Free up.
All right,
Free
why
up.
are we here?
Girl, you know, something has been bugging me. Now, one of the questions I was discussing with you guys on the phone and also some of our friends is, why do Black men date outside our race? Is it we're not good enough or something? What's wrong? What's up with that?
Very good question.
Who wants to take this? You take
Well,
this.
first, I think we should say that most Black men don't date outside of their race, right? But we do know that they are most likely to date outside of their race when you compare them to men of other races.
Right.
Why is
So
that,
why
do you
is
think
that?
is?
I mean, there's lots of possibilities.
I
Like
have
what?
thoughts. I think we're just like, sometimes I think we're too strong for some people. Black women are very strong. And I don't think some of our men are able to handle it. That's one thing.
Maybe they want to handle it,
But they don't know how.
do they want to? Or maybe the reverse.
Well, I'm not sure about that. I mean, yes, we are a bit strong. I mean, we are Black women, right? I think it's more of control. Maybe they think that Black women are not as submissive or,
Well, that is true. We are,
docile as
Yeah,
the
and
others.
that's
I don't know.
definitely-
that.
That's
No.
definitely the stereotype for sure. And there probably is some truth to it. But there's that stereotype, the strong Black woman, right?
Of course. And we live by that, and we should.
Yeah.
We've gone through a long struggle.
That's
And
true.
we're still in a struggle.
So why are we not holding on to our men? Where are
Yeah,
they
I think
going?
that's the
Why-
question. Yeah.
Why are they so quick to sometimes, not all, because we said it's not all.
Yeah.
But why are they so quick to like jump ship?
Especially when they have money. You find the ones that they're usually cuter, they are well established. No, for real.
No,
do.
I understand. I see where you're coming from. I think there was a lot of NBA players that
Oh, yeah.
as soon as they make that check, they're off to a lighter complexion.
Tiger Woods.
Oh, gosh. Well, Tiger Woods, I don't know if he ever believed he was Black.
That's a little bit
You
different.
have a point.
Yeah.
Has he ever dated a Black woman? Does anyone know?
No,
Tiger
I
Woods?
don't think
know
he
when he
has.
was
I think so.
Remember when that whole thing how it came out that he was sleeping with like 20,000 women?
Oh,
And they
really?
were all white.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right?
That
They
is
were
true.
all white. Michael Jordan's another one who married white as
That's
well.
true.
Yeah.
Now, they say, though, that when you get to a certain level, income level, though, you don't find a lot of us Black women there, which is why they date white
So,
women.
like, their circles change, their network
Yes.
changes. Or it could be, like, also colonialism, like this idea that white is better and more attractive. And I mean, as Black women, I know I myself have fallen into that trap where you feel like you're trying to go for this standard of beauty that's white because that's what we're led to believe is beautiful. So it's the same for men.
Did you date a Caucasian man?
I have never actually dated a Caucasian man.
Okay.
I'm not against it. I'm not opposed it. It's just something I have not done.
I've dated a few white men.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, and I was older and I knew better.
So why? Okay, well, then that's good. So why? Why did you go white?
You know what it is? Honestly, it was my circle of people.
Okay.
I worked at a strip club for a while.
Excuse me.
Yes. So, when I was in my little strip club days, a lot of the men were white. Like the bouncers were white.
Okay.
So it was just my surroundings, right? And a lot of the white men, they dished out a lot of money. Like, let me tell you something about white men. When they love a Black woman, they love a Black woman.
I heard of that before.
Yes, they will give you anything in the world. could talk about the sex part, but I'm not gonna go there quite yet because I think that might be like a little bit later in our conversation. But like when they want to treat you well, they will treat you very, very well. They do almost put you on a pedestal.
Okay.
But it gets awkward sometimes. Like when you go around their family and stuff, it's like
They don't accept you.
you're the black girl, right? So they like it's very awkward. They dance
Really?
around, they tiptoe around you. And,
Okay.
oh, so you're Jamaican? Why? Because I'm black. All of a sudden I'm Jamaican. What about
Right.
all the other
Right.
cultures?
The other
Right.
islands, yeah,
Yeah.
I
Right.
understand.
That's what we deal
But
with in
I want to touch
Toronto.
on what you just said because it really does come from your whole upbringing. Us being from Toronto in this multi, culture, different color, different race, all these different stuff pan into each other, and it just so happens that when you're growing up, you're normally the only black child in class.
Right.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
So you grow up with little Tommy, you go to high school and there's, more Tommies and it's like, you know what? Well, I just got to date what's in my face.
True.
There's Ryans too. Not
There's
just
Tommies and Ryans and Davids, right?
We
But
got it.
When
yeah.
you go back and you're thinking, okay, well, I'm a woman now. I'm not a teenager. I've blossomed. I have a great job. I now want to focus on myself and be with
Yes.
a black man.
But they're, with
Allegedly
black,
black.
but they're with white women, the ones that we want.
Right. So are they taken or did we push them away?
Well,
But why would we push them away? Like, I mean, unless they went through something in their own personal life, like maybe if they have bad relations with their mother or something like
usually
that.
what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it stems
then
from
I
something.
could maybe understand that. But and sometimes this again, like the stereotype, not all black mothers are like this, but sometimes black mothers feel like they have to be tougher on their boys,
boys,
and they're
yes.
they don't have a lot of patience for their boys, so they feel like, especially if they're single mothers, they feel like they have to the responsibility is on them now
That's
to
true.
be
Yep.
stronger and to put to be tougher on them.
For sure.
So is this why they're so against? Do they grow up maybe being upset with their moms and they take it on
Resentful?
us?
Resentful?
well,
Resentful is the word
I
was
don't
looking
think it's
for.
that. I think it's more of, what a black woman can do versus a white woman. For example, I've had friends who've dated white girls, and I've asked them the same question, and the answer was, okay, credit. No, it's a truth. Yes.
Like credit score.
Yes, because with a white girl you can get more things. So you can
I like what
push
she's
the white
saying.
girls around more than the black women because we
Exactly.
stand for something.
That's exactly what I was going to
Yeah.
contribute to what she's saying because it's true, right? You can't ask a black woman for her credit card.
Yeah.
She's going to do their neck roll.
And ask you why.
Yeah.
And
Why?
what have you done to get my credit card?
Right.
Well, the neck is...
The neck's always gonna go. But we have something to say, so we're always gonna say something. Right?
Yeah.
So the white woman says, here you go. No, don't take just one credit card. Take two.
Yes.
That's interesting because I've known a couple of white girls in my life that have only dated black men. And I remember one time this particular girl was in an argument with one of my friends about it. Because it was just really irking my friend that she was always dating black men. And one time she said, well, the black men that I date, they say they don't date black women because you guys are rude and you have so much
Yes, sir.
attitude and, and all this stuff. So it's like, okay,
Sounds like self-hate to me.
No, it sounds like a lie.
Yes.
What she wants is to have cute little kids of nice complexion. And
Oh,
she
yes.
likes the black guy because,
They're
black men-
endowed.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
The penis
But-
is big. That is
That
the
too.
stereotype.
Real. Okay, so
That's
so
the stereotype.
have you? I can't. I don't have an opinion on this because I don't have the experience. But okay, if you've slept with,
Why are you looking at me?
I'm looking at all of you.
I'm kidding.
All of you.
You guys know Dr. Ruth, right?
Yes.
The sex
Sex
yeah.
therapist?
Okay.
Yes.
She said it's not the size, it's how you do
It's
it.
That's
Emotion,
right.
emotion.
It's the emotion.
So-
and
To a
emotion, for
degree,
sure.
right?
What do you think?
To a
Black
degree.
men don't have small penises?
Of course they
I've
do.
met some
I've
of
heard
those
stories.
too. Some of those too.
Tiny
yeah.
Tim?
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
other names. And what's with this Tim and Tom? And
I know.
There's other names, but no. I think it does. But when it comes to the topic of with white men, women, and black men, even with some of the porn that I see, yes, guys, I watch porn.
Okay.
No.
And some of the porn that I watch, it's always like the white girl and the black guy, and it's always like BBC, big black cock, and the white girl, and I'm like, and they have thousands of views, millions of views sometimes. So there's just
It
a
is
fetish.
It's
There's
a
something.
stereotype,
Yeah.
and stereotypes, they come from shared experiences, right? That a lot of people are having. They don't apply to everyone, obviously, but they're there because a lot of people had that same experience, and it's out there that this is a thing. Black men are
So opposite
have big,
attracts?
I
Okay.
don't know about. I mean, like, let's. Okay. Yes, I get what you guys are saying. Like, it's not the size of the boat; it's the emotion of the ocean.
Ladies,
and all that stuff.
Ladies, we are losing it. We're supposed to talk about interracial marriages, not sex. Girls,
That's all about it, though.
It boils down,
to the
that
sex.
because, okay, for instance, growing up, I saw a lot of, we used to call them half-breeds, but that's not the
Mixed
you know,
race.
Yeah,
Mixed
mixed
race.
race. It
Yeah.
sounds bad now, but back then that's
Right.
what we called them, right?
Half-breed,
They were
yeah.
white and they were black. And you would see the kids running around, but you would never see the father. You always see the mother.
the mother.
And then
yeah.
as, you know, people started to come out more, right? Because it was so bad not to be with your own race. You saw white girls with the black guys walking down the street, and all the black girls were like,
I was
excuse
just
me?
about to ask that.
Yeah.
How do you guys react when you see? I'm gonna ask all of you. When you see a really nice-looking black man and it's with some deggy white girl.
Fat.
Well, she's upset.
Fat and ugly.
Okay, tell me what's your thoughts when you walk by them? What's your
I'm
reaction?
like, brother, you've lost it. Like, I mean, there's beautiful
Don't say
black
that,
women.
though.
She
No, that's
thinks
what goes
that.
through my
She
mind.
thinks
No, I
that.
turn around and I look at them and I make sure that they see that I'm. Yes. And I
You're the
shake my
type that
head.
does that. You're the one that does
Girl,
my
I do
gosh.
it. I do it. And if I were to open my mouth, I would say, brother, what's wrong with you?
Do you know it doesn't bother me?
No, okay, listen.
bother
Well,
me.
hold on. He's coming out of a Rolls Royce. He's good looking and he's well built. And the girl looks like she ate the whole, house. I mean, and she's like, whoa.
So if he wasn't a good-looking guy, then it was okay?
Or if she was a good-looking white girl, would you feel the same way?
Okay, they say if you marry up or you date up, you can say, okay, I understand. But when you
Okay.
go down, it's like, what the hell?
What's wrong with you? What's
What's
wrong
wrong
with you,
with
brother?
yeah, what's wrong with us?
Okay, so
What's
that's
wrong
another
with us
thing,
black
too.
women?
These white women will get all endowed and get all these fake butts and big breasts and fake lips to look like who?
Right.
Us.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sometimes my question is,
And the suntan.
if you're doing all of this, why don't you just date a black girl? We have all of that. Why are you going to a white girl who's filling herself with nonsense and moving fat from here to here?
Submissiveness. We are not submissive.
That's right.
We're not submissive.
That's
Not
what it
enough.
is. That's the bottom line. Look, I mean, ladies, I'm black like you, and I think black women are great, but we lack something.
Okay.
On a serious note, we lack something.
What is that?
And if you were to ask any black man, whether they are from Africa, the Caribbean, or wherever they're coming from, why? They will tell you, you know what? I don't want to be married to my counterpart, meaning to another man. I want a woman to be submissive, a woman to be caring and loving. That's the bottom line. We lack that. Like you talk about, turning your head. Okay, I'll give you an example. You've been working all day as a black man. You come home and you say something, say, shh, what's up with that? Go back to that. That attitude turns you off.
Okay.
You think about Susan at work, or how Susan bought you lunch, how Susan gave you $1,000 the other day. Think about it.
Well, she's
All
just
of a
happy
sudden,
to
she
have a
becomes.
black man with a. So she'll
giving up
take
that
anything.
$1,000.
She'll
It's
take
true.
anything.
It's
I
true.
think
know,
it's interesting
to
what
take
you're
anything.
saying, and what I'm hearing or what it means to me is that black women have a harder time being vulnerable. I think that there's something, and it goes back to the strong black woman thing.
Which
What you're
I don't know
talking
how
about.
many of you were raised by single mothers.
Yes.
Like I was raised by a single mother. Love my dad. He was always in my life, but my mom was a single mom at the end of the day, and she worked really hard.
Right.
And she didn't have time for small talk. She didn't have time for foolishness. It was about, I gotta work. I gotta do this to make sure things are good.
That's right.
And that strength is admirable, but at the same time, there's no balance. You're not seeing that vulnerable side of her. And so, and she would always kind of warn me against men because her
Right.
experience
Was
was that
bad.
it didn't always work out for her, right? And I would just kind of be like, oh, guys are, you have to be careful with guys because,
Right.
and then it's paired with, I have like 2 brothers that are protective. I'm the youngest. So it was kind of like, you have to be weary and you can't be vulnerable. Like you have to be strong and you can't rely on anybody else. And I feel like maybe those are some of the values that have just kind of infiltrated our community
Right.
and have kept us
And have pushed
Strong.
black men away.
And
and have
scared off
maybe
the
worked
black men.
against us in some ways. Yeah.
My brother, I'm glad that you talked about the single mother because my mom raised 5 children to her by herself. Hey, Mom.
What?
Yeah. So my brother, we all used to tease him because, you know, we always knew whenever he brought home a different girl for every day of the week. Yeah. So every girl of the day of the week, the only difference that was with her was the color of her eyes. Blue eyes, green eyes, gray eyes, but they were all blonde, brown hair, whatever.
Okay.
And it's like, no, there's no black girls out there. There's no East Indian. There's like, mix it up. We know you like this particular kind. So that's my issue. Don't say I only date that.
Yes.
Ladies, hold that thought. We'll be right back on interracial relationships.